Okay guys, what if Mr. Beast ordered a cake from me and he wanted $1 million inside, and then he decides to give it away? This is how I would make it. Let's go. First thing we need is money. If Mr. Beast ever comes across this video, just want to let you know I can make this cake for you. Just let me know the design and how much money you want inside, and I can at no charge make it for you. So hit me up, let me know. For today's tutorial, I don't have $1 million, so I'll be using play money. I got two $500,000 checks, and the rest are printed $100 bills. One is a custom Mr. Beast $100 bill, and then the rest are some $100 Benjamins. So technically, this cake would have over $1 million inside. So this is my secret to having fail-proof money cake. What I use is saran wrap. I don't think anyone else does it. I don't know anyone else online that use saran wrap. So here you go. This is how I do it. So as you can see, I pulled out about a table length of saran wrap and I placed it flat onto the table. Now I'm placing my dollar bills right over the saran wrap. The secret is to cut a small piece of that double-sided tape and put it towards the back of the dollar bill. So the front of the bills should be facing up. Because we're using saran wrap, it will cause static electricity, and that is why we use the double-sided tape. The double-sided tape will allow the bills to stay in place. Here I'm just using a paper towel to push and get rid of any air bubbles that might be stuck in between the saran wrap. We're now gonna carefully flip over this sleeve so that way we can nicely tuck away the extra flap of saran wrap, making it nice and neat. So again, you'll need to continue using the paper towel to release any of the air bubbles, because air gets trapped in there pretty easily. You'll probably even want to use X-Acto knife or a sharp knife to puncture a hole through the plastic so that way the air can escape. So there you have it. This is our first sleeve, and as you can see, there is still a lot of bills to be rolled. So repeat, keep going until we're done. This saran wrap technique allows you to go as long as you want. You want to go a mile, you can go a mile. You just gotta be patient. You can do it. If you've ever pulled a money cake, it is so much fun. So the longer the money pull, the better. So keep going. This is how you join the two sleeves together. You just simply trim off the two edges and you put them together. And using the thick or the wide clear tapes, that would be the best, so that way they stick together and they won't come apart. The two sleeves are now together and it looks seamlessly, and now it's time to show you how to roll them. To roll the cake, you will need a straw, or better yet, use a boba straw. You'll need to cut a small piece of that double tape again, and you just simply start rolling. As a tip, do not yet cut the two ends of the boba straw. This will act as a left and right handle. That way you'll be able to roll your bill a lot quicker. Here's a hack to roll your sleeves much quicker. So on one end, put something heavy. I'm using my KitchenAid mixer as a weight, so that way it creates tension as I roll my sleeves. You'll have a much tighter fitting roll, and you'll be able to put more cash in your cake. And of course, the more money you've got, the more you'll have to roll, and the more prep you'll have to do in making the rolls. And as you can clearly see, we still got a long ways to go. But you know what? It's gonna be worth it. All this hard work is gonna pay off. Alright, so we're almost done. Time to fast forward and I'll show you how to make the box. Okay guys, so this is how I make the box. The video is pretty much self-explanatory, so quickly go over this part of the video, take some notes. Here I'll be using some cake boards, but if you have any extra food safe cardboard, that'll do also. The main thing you need to do is to measure out the length and width of the money roll, so that way the box doesn't end up being too small or too big. This long portion of the box will be the 4 walls, and then I'll be cutting out 2 more pieces, which will be the top and bottom. To make the 4 walls, use a X-Acto knife and draw out 4 lines, and make sure to do a perforated line. Don't cut all the way through. To make the last 2 cuts, just trace the box and cut it to size. For these 2 pieces, you'll need to find the center, because that's where the dowel is gonna go through to, and that will be the center of the money roll. To finish the box, just cover the whole thing with that clear tape. This will allow it to be waterproof or cake proof, and just so the money roll does not get any frosting or any moisture damage. Now that the box is ready, we can now cut an opening, so that way we can insert the money roll. We can now insert the money roll, but first we need to now trim off the boba straw. This is how I attach the ribbon to the money roll. So here's a tip. Once you're ready to tape the ribbon to the money roll, make sure you make a knot at the end, so that way it'll help anchor the ribbon to the money roll. We're almost done with this money box, so put the dowel through and then give it a nice practice run, and make sure you know which is the front of the box. I like to label the front. The front will be the front of the cake as well. It's time to cut that cake. Use the money box to measure out the size of that box. Once we've got the measurement, we have to make sure we dig out enough cake so we can insert the money roll and have it completely covered. Alright, now it's time to give it a test fit. Once it's all good, we will then put buttercream all over this box, so that way it'll help anchor it inside of the cake. The box is a perfect fit, so I will then add some buttercream to the top and clean up the edges. To keep the ribbon clean and away from buttercream, I will add it, or I will attach it to the dowel, just like in the video. It's time to do the final decorating on this cake. I did some chocolate drip using some chocolate ganache. I'll be attaching some simple homemade meringue shells. And oh, just FYI, that blue tiger with that pink lightning is Mr. Beast's logo. And to finally top off this cake, I will be frosting some orange rosettes to the cake, add some lightning bolts, and isomalt flame to finish it off. Okay, so the cake is done and it's time to pull the money out. Alright, enjoy.
Oh, there's a cookie. What's gonna come out? Oh.
Face the cookie towards me, Michael. The cookie face me. There you go.